Come with me as I go on a climate-conscious grocery shopping trip using food waste apps. I'm trying out 3 of them, Flash Food, Food Hero, and Too Good To Go, to see if I can save money while also reducing greenhouse gas emissions. 1/5 of the food produced for human consumption doesn't end up being eaten. All of that food waste generates greenhouse gases as it decomposes, accounting for about 10% of global emissions. These apps connect shoppers with stores and businesses that are selling off surplus food items that are close to the end of their shelf life for a discounted price. All told, I spent about $32 for all of this food and saved about $40 off the original prices. When it comes to Food Hero, I struck out on this shopping trip. The company's bread and butter is primarily meat and fish. That doesn't really work for a vegetarian like me, but there is a good reason for it.
We are really concentrated on expensive items at the grocery store. It's obviously frozen before the best before date.
How well did I do cutting emissions? That's a bit trickier to track. All 3 apps calculate emissions differently. When you buy a product using Food Hero, the app shows you an amount of CO2 emissions avoided. That's based on the weight of the individual items being sold, combined with the estimated emissions generated from purchase to disposal. Too Good To Go considers the energy that has been put into that food.
Harvesting, travel, transporting that food. It's not the weight of the bag, it is the energy usage that would have gone into it that then is avoided from having to go into the environment by not having to go into a landfill.
As for Flash Food, the company says it's not calculating emissions at this time, but it does track the overall weight of surplus food saved from the landfill.
I think we're up to 160 million pounds of food that have been diverted from waste streams to families' tables.
One of the things we're trying to figure out here is like how much of a benefit these apps could actually be.
There's potential when it comes to apps. Like food waste is a very complex problem. There's not one single solution. So we just want to be careful that these apps are not just creating impulse buying and that they're still able to think about how to make sure that people are buying mindfully, that they're actually going to consume these food that would otherwise be wasted when they get home.